Ooh. TV, bringing you an ARC video. Now this one is a 15 things to know about ARC before you start buying it and before you start playing it. Now, this is, I guess, more geared towards anyone who hasn't played it and probably who's never either watched videos on it or maybe even never heard of it. But Ark Survival Evolved is a survival-based game, meaning it drops you in a world where, the whole goal is to survive. Now, right now, the game isn't finished. So there's really no story basis to it. We don't know why you get dropped off in Ark. But, okay, to get it started for anyone, who doesn't know, there's multiple servers to Ark, okay? There's not just this one that I'm in right now. And what I mean by servers is, this is my own personal, non-dedicated server. This one I plan on just to have fun and hang out and, enjoy building things. Particularly bases like this. This is one of my early bases when I first started playing Ark. But the thing about Ark is there's two types of servers that you can play on. There's non-dedicated, which is one that you control, you customize the stats and everything to your liking, and or a dedicated server, which is what the team of Wildcard, the creators of it, decided to do. Now, each one has its own little benefits and positives and negatives. Okay? Now, the negatives to non-dedicated servers is, one, tethering. Meaning, you are stuck to your friend's hip. So if you're in your friend's Ark world, you are stuck on them practically. I'm not literally meaning on their hip, but the distance is BS in my opinion, but supposedly they're making it better. And it's supposed to get a lot better by the time the full release of the game happens. Being able to play in a non-dedicated server is you don't have to worry about some fucking asshole coming up while you just logged in and you end up going to your base. Well, I can't say going to your base because you pop up at your base, but you have you're gonna end up dealing with people destroying your stuff in dedicated servers. Because in non-dedicated, you don't have that issue, but in dedicated, that's a massive issue because, well, that's kind of the point. Because in dedicated servers, it's mainly a PvP style setting, all online. Like, you're not just with your friends, you're with a whole slew of random people. But as you can see, there's lots of cool places to build. I'm literally, there's the redwoods over there. I have a little base somewhat in there that I started. There's, over there, which is marshland area, mountain, beach, ocean. This game is really awesome. And this is just the island. Okay? Now, here soon, though, not just the fact that we have, this Ark and non-dedicated. We have soon enough, because they just did an update to the point to where we'll actually be able to rent our own servers. Bi-monthly, it's going to be like a monthly subscription kind of thing, which irritates me a little bit. Because my whole thought process is, well, okay, Ark, if Wildcard, you guys can actually, do this, if you can actually, make it to where we can pay you for servers to allow us to play with our friends, then why don't you just make it to where we don't have to pay you? I'm sorry, but that just seems like it's about money, and it really irritates the fuck out of me, because I'm sick and tired of games having microtransactions thrown into it, and this counts as a microtransaction. I don't give a fuck. And money, I wouldn't even count it as a microtransaction, considering it might be $20, $30 for renting a month. And that's excessive. $5? Oh fucking K. I would probably definitely do that. But if you raise it any higher than $5, if you go $10, $15, $20 to rent a month, fuck you. Because you know what? The majority of people who play games aren't just kids. they're adults too, and it's kind of fucked that you're gonna like literally eliminate a whole entire grouping of people just because you want more money. And put it this way, who the fuck do you think is gonna be paying you anyways? The motherfuckers who work, not the kids. But there will be rentable servers. I am hoping and praying they aren't gonna be douches and go, well, we want this much money. We want to be able to have this much money. I'm sorry, but once someone pays for a game, you should be happy that you got that. You shouldn't be going, okay, well, how much more can we squeeze out of these little fuckers? You know what I mean? That's how I get. That's what I start thinking about. And it's like, well, screw you. I completely stopped playing certain games just because of microtransaction BS. Literally have. So for any game creators or game companies out there, eventually there will be people who will get sick and tired of your bullshit and won't deal with you fucking trying to nickel and dime them 24/7. Just letting you know. This is not an easy game. I'm just letting you know that. Even with, your server settings set the way you want and everything else. Literally, this is not an easy game. Everything can kill you. I mean, even if you set your player resistance all the way down to the point to where, like, you can get munched on by a dino for like 2-3 hours and nothing's going to happen to you, which I've tested it. That actually does happen. Which is also another reason why I suggest going on a non-dedicated server first to kind of get a handle of the game. Because most people, when they first start playing a game, don't pay attention to it. But it's not an easy game. Like, you can die of overheating, you can die of frost, you can die of hunger, you can die of poison. If you get tired, right? This happened to me. I was swimming. This was like when I first started playing the game. I ran out of stamina while swimming, right? And I drowned. It was funny. I thought it was hilarious, but I was like, wow, that sucked. And I think I was recording it too at the same time. So I swear I remember saying that, oh man, this would be a funny thing to add. Many ways to die in Ark. Falling to your death, get eaten by a dino, fucking, just random shit. It happens. It's fucking funny. And it sucks at the same time. Because when you die, you lose all your shit that's on you. Unless you can quickly get back to your body. That's what's also hard about it. But I mean, like, literally, this place, I mean, look at it. Frost Mountains, Frost area. It has, like, almost every biome you can imagine here on this island. Now, like, literally, if you're new to Ark, like I said, don't start on a dedicated server unless you have friends who play Ark, who play on dedicated servers, and are a high level. Because if you don't, you are not going to enjoy yourself. I mean, the majority of people I've talked to, now there were a few people. See all these animals? You can tame all these. Now, I've talked to a few people who, they've expressed, their dislike for the fact that certain things will irritate them about the game. Literally. Especially when it comes to being new to a dedicated server, and you're getting, like, wiped out by the alpha of the server, meaning the highest group, and they're just messing you up. They're taking your stuff, like, constantly, every single time you either log in or go to play. Now, that is the purpose of the game, but that is an issue when it's constantly always happening, and you're never able to get a leg up in that server. That point in time, you either quit playing Ark, or you quit playing on that server and you go over to a non-dedicated. Now, in my opinion, that shouldn't even be a choice. I have a couple bases that way, but I just don't have the gear on me right now. I don't have fur on me at the moment. But yeah, I mean, only time you should ever go on dedicated is if you played and or friends who play it, and it will help you. Okay. Now, number 5. If you want anything in this game, right, like fur armor or, anything, you have to craft and collect stuff. Meaning, if you want to make a wooden wall, you have to chop some tree down, you have to get some fiber, you have to get some thatch and some wood and build some walls. And I mean literally build them. Not like physically, oh, you're hammering and nailing and shit. No, it's more of you you go you go in here, you go over to here, and you start building shit. As long as you have the materials on you. Okay. I have another little base right over this way, actually. And one over there. And one over there. I have bases everywhere. But, yeah. Literally, if you want anything in the game, make sure you get the engrams, and then you end up, you know, spending the engram points and collecting the materials you will need. And number 6, there are multiple color drops. Meaning, okay, and what I mean is, when you get into Ark, there'll be these, like, beams of light that will appear. Right? They range from white, blue, green, purple, yellow, red. I think that's all the colors. But each one is level designated, meaning like you have to be a certain level to be even able to access it. And the darker, higher level stuff, and I think red's the best, gives you the best stuff. Sometimes you won't get shit. Sometimes you'll get the same thing, but sometimes you'll get something that you really wanted. You'll get blueprints. You'll get physical, actual stuff like saddles, weapons, armor. And I mean, it won't be basic stuff sometimes unless you go to a basic color. Here's another one of my places. But, you know, there are multiple color drops, and going to the drops helps you. Especially if you can find blueprints, because if you can find some blueprints, then that saves you from having to buy engram points. Or I should say, use engram points to, you know, get engrams. This is one of my favorite places I got. I wouldn't say got done building, because I'm still finishing it, mainly the roof and stuff. But, yeah, this is one of my favorite builds I was doing. Got a Rex. But, yeah. Now, you know, like I said, with blueprints, which is a number 7, it helps. It literally helps, because it does save you quite a bit of engram points, because sometimes certain engrams will be a lot of points. And you only go up to level 100, so, you know, you can't spend all your points on every engram. You won't be able to do that. You won't get every engram in the game. Just not possible. That's why they give you blueprints, and that's also why they made it multiple players, so that certain people could actually have a designated job. Because there's lots of people who actually roleplay in dedicated servers. And or even on their non-dedicated servers, they still roleplay. I've talked to a couple people who actually do roleplay style gameplay on their servers. Now, like I was talking to you about engram points. I'll show you what engrams are. Now, see, these are engrams. Of course, right when I show you engrams, it all tells me my internet quality sucks. Okay. Well, engrams are all these little things that pop up that show you walls, beds, guns, you know, armor, all that stuff. Those are all engrams. Okay? Now, these, and whichever engrams you purchase, it will take from your engram points. Like right now, I have about 480 left. So, you know, I can actually use that to get stuff. Now, see, this is as high as it goes. So you have to literally be level 100 to actually get any of this stuff, right? 100, 99, 98 for all that, 97 for this, 96, 95. You get the point. Now, people are gonna be wondering, why is this stuff locked right here? Well, one of the many things to know about Ark, one of the many 15 things, and this is one of them, is after you start playing Ark, right, you're going to find out that there's key bosses that you need to beat in the game. And you have to take these trophies that you collect and find to these locations to summon the boss and beat the boss. Now, to be able to get to, and each boss you beat unlocks a type of tech gear. Like tech armor, tech platforms, tech buildings, tech weapons, all that stuff. It gives you absolutely everything that you would get anywhere else. Now, once you do that, there you go, and you're set. Trust me, believe me on that one. Now, like I've said, as far as I remember, but there's three places in Ark that you actually are able to go to. The island, which is this one. Scorched Earth, which is a desert biome-like place, which is one of my favorites. That one is hard. I mean hard. First starting, I died. I mean, like, literally, first starting playing, like, the first hour, I died I don't know how many times. I stopped counting after 20. Just letting you know that. And I died in every single way possible. I got ate by I don't know how many different animals. Died of thirst I don't know how many different times. Died of heat exhaustion I don't know how many different times. It sucked. But it was funny, too, at the same time, because, you know, it was a new area. I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, suggestion to you on this island, because this is Carno Island, you will get fucked up if you ain't careful. As you can see, that's one of the many drops. But yeah, ooh, it kind of looks like they fixed it though, because there used to be just ass tons of raptors. I mean, like, just going around in fucking huge ass packs. There were never Argus here either before. That Titantosaurus was always here though. He's probably getting fucked up by fucking by Argus and shit. But like I was telling you about the bosses, right? The trophies that where you get these trophies, I can't even really call them trophies, but where you get them, right, is in caves. And caves are dotted all over Ark. One's actually right here. Like, literally right here. See that right over there? That's the entry to a cave. Right there, right where all those trees and stuff are. Go up that way to that little area. There you go. That's where one of the things you will need to actually be able to summon it. This is one of my many bases I have. Walled up and everything for my protection, so that keeps all of them the fuck out of here. But the third other place, other than the island and Scorched, is a place called the Center. And the Center is another one I like a lot. I wouldn't say I feel bad, but, you know, I should have played on that one a lot more than I did on the island, I think. But, I mean, I started on the island, and I built so much on the island that I just stuck with the island. And there's so much cool shit in the Center. Because if you know the center, or the whole Center Earth theory of, like, okay, you know, there's the outer layer, which is what we're on, and, you know, there's a core, but the core is not what we think it is. It's not like a molten magma-like core. It's more of, like, the inner biome, much like ourselves, except, you know, inside, and a lot more prosperous, or what the fuck ever. But this place is just awesome looking. I mean, I can't describe it properly to give you a good idea of what it looks like. But the Center rocks. Is one of my favorite places. Now, with Ark getting ready to come out here soon, they are going to be adding some new stuff. Like they had a what were they calling it? Mod Central Station or whatever, which is this little thing that they displayed of a whole lot of mods that they were going to add. But of course, it's Wildcard, and anyone who's known Wildcard as long as I have and everything else, 3+ years. Then you should know that there's times that they'll throw something out there, they say they'll probably do it, and then they don't. It's happened quite a bit, especially with PS4 players, just letting you know that. But, well, Ragnarok is one of the actually official thing that is going to be released, and Ragnarok is going to be released later this month on the 29th. Okay? And that is also one of the many 15 things that, you know, I'm going to be talking about, but 29th of August of 2017, Ark is going to be released, full version of the game, no more BS, you know, it's actually going to rock. And on the same release time, that's when PS4 and Xbox One players will have Ragnarok. So, there you go. And it's not going to be like how, if anyone's watching this who goes, okay, well, you know, right now we can only get it digitally. It's a physical copy I'm talking about. They're releasing a physical, full version of the game on the 29th. Actually, I kind of want to get one. So hopefully, you know, I can get a good couple of decent paychecks and be able to get one maybe. This is one of my new recent bases I've been building. I love this base. That's my lighthouse. That's also gonna like be a whole nother thing that I'm getting ready to do a whole video on here soon. So I don't want to give it the fuck away yet. I don't want to let you know what I'm gonna do. But now, wild card, something else to know, right? If you get the game right now or anytime before it actually the full game releases, they are constantly, and I mean constantly, updating this game. Okay? And every update they do adds bugs and weird little glitches and some stupid shit to it, to the point to where like things will happen. Like the other day, my Nessie, my fucking big ass, that thing, was stuck underneath there for like last 2-3 days. And I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna leave you there. I ain't destroying anything. It took me a long time to collect all this stuff and build it. I'm not about to destroy a whole section of my pier, pretty much, to let my Nessie out, which is what her name is. But I got two of those. I'll be doing something with them too on a video. But each dino has its own kind of certain thing it will collect. So just that, let you know on that one. But like every single creature you can tame. I'm dead serious. Case in point, look, I got some trilobites in this motherfucker. Why? I don't know. Just for the hell of it. I mean, right now they're kind of like glitched out, just to let you know, because every so often it gives me the opportunity to check their harvesting list. Like certain things, I can have them go out and harvest for me. But they're not the only ones that are kind of like weird and glitched. As far as I know, I don't know if they fixed it yet, because I haven't really bothered to try to tame another one. But a Titan boa, which is a big ass snake. Like, you're able to tame them, but other than that, you can't really level them up, which sucks nutsack in my opinion. Boats. They've added, there's 2 types of boats. That's a raft. That's not a boat, but that's a raft. A boat's bigger and allows you to actually put more. We'll find out why I have it like that. But yeah, this is my actual lighthouse. Looks like I'm going to have to replace all my spark powder in there. But yeah, and like I said, this is the last thing. Ark officially releases physical copy and all for everyone who has it and who doesn't have it. The full version of the game releases August 29th of 2017, as long as Ark and Wildcard is true to what they said. I'm hopeful, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing Ragnarok. I really am. I mean, yeah, do bugs and glitches really irritate me here and there? Yes, but at the same time, I enjoy the game. This is a fun game. I just wish, you know, Wildcard would treat PlayStation players the same way they treat fucking Microsoft. So, you know, just letting you know, if you're on Microsoft, you'll probably be treated a little bit better. But also know this, that Ark looks 100 times better on PS4 than it does on Xbox. But also know this, because I'm not supporting Xbox or Microsoft because Bill Gates can suck a dick. But the new Xbox One X's will give you the availability to actually play on Ark with your friends on non-dedicated servers without the tether limit, which I find bullshit, considering, you know, the new PlayStations just came out and they could do the same thing, because all it is, they've literally described it. We need 3.5 gigs of memory to be able to do it, to be able to run Ark non-dedicated servers without a tether limit. So that, you know, if Wildcard watches this, or if anyone, you know, knows Wildcard or anything else, take this little segment out, this little however fucking long. Not the whole video, but this little section I'm about to fucking say. If that's true, if all we need is a 3.5 gig amount of memory in our hard drive to be able to actually, you know, run non-dedicated without tether limit, then let me ask you this. If I have a 4 trilobyte fucking hard drive, how in the hell can I not be able to do it? Because it isn't memory, it's programming. They haven't programmed PlayStation to be able to do it. They programmed Xbox, but they haven't programmed PlayStation, which is bullshit because they were paid by Xbox to do it. And I will talk shit about fucking Wildcard and Xbox because all those two companies care about is money, which is why PlayStation sells more. I don't give a fuck what you say. PlayStation sells way more systems, have always sold more systems ever since the PS3 came out. PS1, awesome. Xbox came out, started selling a little bit more than PS1. PlayStation 2 came out, Xbox 360. 360 sold a little bit more. PlayStation 3, boom, goodbye Xbox. Just letting you know. But, you know, hey, whatever. But I hope this video helps you all. I hope, you know, it gives you guys a good idea of what you want to play it on, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation. I don't really care. I think the console war whole thing is stupid. But, you know, I also go down to the way companies treat their customers. And PlayStation gives you a lot more free stuff. They treat their people a lot better than they do anyone else. They really do. Which is why I'm 100% PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 3. I have a PlayStation 4. I have a PlayStation 2. I have a PlayStation Vita. I miss my PlayStation 1. I miss my PSP. I plan on getting those two things again eventually. But yeah, I've been PlayStation since PlayStation came out. Spyro and all that shit. You know what I mean? Come on now. Old school rocks. But that's it for this video, guys. Like I said, I hope it does help you choose on what you want to do with Ark. If you want to play Ark, it is worth it, guys. It really is. I don't give a shit what everyone else is bitching about the fact that, oh, it's $50. It's a brand new fucking game. And all of us who've already bought it digitally don't have to buy it again. Unless you really want to have a physical copy. So don't bitch about it if you want a physical copy. I'm not. I want to buy a physical copy. I'll probably have to buy two. One for me and one for my little sister because she wants to play Ark. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, what the fuck ever, man. But this is Ninja Knit. See? Getting all excited and shit. But this is Ninja Knit signing off saying I hope you all have a great night, great day, great evening, all that great shit. And you know exactly what I mean. Catch me for the next one. Later, guys.